Hello and welcome to Channel's Book Club. I am Olakunle Kasumo. Nigeria's population is fast heading towards 200 million. Imagine if the potential of all the girls and women in that population is released. Imagine if all the girls and women in Nigeria and Africa as a whole can dream big and realize their dreams without any of the usual societal inhibitions that constantly create hurdles for them. Imagine if they can become anything they want to become and reach heights they want to reach. Maybe we can only imagine such scenarios, but this book, titled The Code, says that we can get close to realizing such scenarios if we change the way we raise our daughters. Some people have read the book, and we have one of such people to tell us a bit about The Code.
My name is Olaitun Olatunde, and I help develop winning strategies for a financial institution. My primary hobby is reading books. So I just finished reading The Code, written by Igbinijesu, and it's a simple story about raising great women. The story focuses on Kay. She's a banker, and it eventually shows how she found her way to Hypatia. She was in the process of finding a balance between her work life and her home, and so she eventually met Hypatia, who shared some principles with her on how to leave a lasting legacy even for her daughters. Hypatia would teach Kay a principle every time they met, and she would expect her, or she mandated her to practice the principle before they would meet the next time. And so I undertook that experiment as well. Every day when I would read a chapter, I would try to find a way to practice the principle, either directly or indirectly, or in some form of reading or in somebody else's life. But I was trying to see how practical the principles were, and it was a very rewarding experience.
The author of The Code, Igbinijesu, now joins us to review his book. Enjoy it. Patrick, nice to have you on Channel's Book Club.
Nice to be here.
And I really enjoyed reading your book, The Code.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Tell me about it.
I did, I will.
Yeah, right.
I did. Now, it's a simple story about raising great women.
Exactly.
First confession here. The first time I met you, I was expecting to meet an elderly woman with 6 children.
Okay.
And then when I saw you, young man working in a bank, entrepreneur, I was a bit shocked because I read quite a number of things here that I found to be very powerful, very relevant. I have a daughter myself, and you don't even need to have a daughter, to realize how relevant some of these things are for young women and women out there generally. So why did you write, how did you end up writing a book like this as a young man?
Okay, I think that answers come to those who care. And so maybe I became a little curious about women. Strangely, my background, I don't have a sister. And I mean, from the feedback I've gotten to this point, most people say, how is it that you wrote this book? And I tell people, I say, maybe there were other women that should have written it. But the book found me because of curiosity at some point, and then because I think the book needed to come out now. And then the idea behind it is also helping young girls become confident. Today, girls are they're very domestic, and at the same time getting jobs. In the older time, men got jobs, women stayed at home. But that's changing. And so what's happening in our society is, if the men stay the same, which we see, breadwinner roles, and then the women are also joining them to be breadwinners, and at the same time they are also domesticated, the fight between the sexes now is, you're trying to steal my role, so no, you are less than me in this space. And at some point, it won't hold.
There was the principle of praise. That was number one for me. Okay. Your daughter's ability to repeatedly succeed at anything is multiplied several times over by the quality of praise you shower on them.
Yes.
What was running through your mind when you wrote that?
Okay. Girls are different from boys. Okay. And praise works on girls like it works on boys, but differently. For boys, it's a form of affirmation if it comes from a dad. For girls, when it comes from her dad, he helps her body image. One, she believes she can succeed. She believes she's well. If it's negative, then the opposite is the effect. And that opposite effect could be really damning for the girl child. And so when a girl is praised, she wants to get more of that praise. It's for lack of words to properly describe it, it's why boys at teenage years are able to woo girls with flattery, because I also distinguish between true praise and flattery in the book, because of that need to hear the right thing, to be caught doing something good, to feel worthy. And there's no better person to make a girl feel worthy than her father. And so, yes, than her father. Praise will come from her father, and I tell you, she will jump through, she will go through hell and high water to make you happy.
That's really good. So that takes me to number two, which is the principle of fatherly presence. Okay. That was actually my second favorite. Okay. Your daughter's ability to find her true worth in life will be determined by the quantity and quality of time she spends with her father.
And if you in the minds of Hypatia, in the book, Hypatia had been thrown out of her matrimonial home because she couldn't have a male child. And Hypatia had to surrogate a father in her own father to her children. So it's not a case, the questions there are not, oh, my biological, the biological father of your children is absent. It's a role of a woman, according to the code now, to surrogate a man she trusts, her brother, to speak positive words to her
fatherly presence.
Yes. A fatherly presence gives a girl child a sense of worth. You will find that girls with absent fathers, and this is from experience, girls with fathers who have been absent usually go after the bad guys. You hear girls say, oh, I like the bad guys, because her sense of worth, what she considers she's worthy of, she doesn't know. And so most likely when the ulterior motive boy, the boy with ulterior motives comes along and shows so much attention, she can't tell right from wrong.